Here's another example on how we can combine a few elements to solve for a common need, and that need is change orders. So whether you're construction, project management, or anybody that needs an authorization for a change order, this is a good flow that's going to combine DataHub, it's going to combine TurboDocs, and it's also going to use AI agents along with some automations. So let's dive in. We have a construction project here, Lakeview Custom Residence. As you can see, we have multiple phases. We also have folders for change requests, risks, vendor tracking. And I've got a couple of custom views across the top. So if we hop over to the custom change order view, this is going to filter down and just show us our project. It's going to hover into the change request folder. And then from there, it's going to show us any change requests that we have. Now, change requests typically are going to require certain metrics, right? Is that change impacting a total amount of days? Is it going to have a cost effect to them? And then once you get approval, how much has been approved by the customer? In addition, there's also a place for notes, some project codes, and then, of course, customer information. Now, we're actually going to lump in Wrike's new cascading custom fields to help us populate this value automatically for anything created in this project. For instance, let's start with project code. If we give this a project code of LCR 100, cascading custom fields will prompt me to hit continue to turn this on. This is automatically going to populate any of the sub-items with that code. So we no longer have to do that repetitively. Same thing can actually be done with our customer information directly through our customer database through DataHub. So if we link this project to our customer lake view, this is actually going to go through, it's going to populate all the sub-items, and after a few seconds, it's actually going to populate all of our contact info across the board. So whatever that contact info is at that project level, it can also do at the task or sub-item level as well. As you can see, those values all just populated. Now, this is all going to be very important when we go to create a change order. This way, it'll know exactly who that change order needs to go to, email address. You can actually take all this data and populate it in the change order as well. So let's go ahead and put this into practice. Let's say we want to create a new change order. We'll hit add new sub-item. We'll actually choose our change order type. And let's just say we require additional lumber. Now, before I do anything, we're in a draft mode. So I could go ahead and assign that to somebody if I wanted to. Will this have any impact in days? Let's say 2. And estimated total cost for all the new lumber is going to be $5,000. We want to put a note in there because that's going to populate as well. So need additional lumber to finish framing. This new item automatically, with cascading custom fields, brought in the project code and, again, all of that customer contact info. So that's the power of those cascading custom fields. I no longer have to manually select that info. I can override it. So if for some instance this specific item needed to go to a different contact or a different customer, I can change that right here. Now let's talk about the next step, and that's where the workflow and the actual generation of the document comes into play. Typically, this would go through a couple of internal reviews, perhaps a financial review, but once that is hit approved, then it can automatically go ahead and generate that change order. This is going to call in TurboDocs, which is going to go ahead and it's going to generate for us a PDF of the document that we want to send to the customer. This is more of an internal review step. As you can see, it generated a PDF, and it's actually populated the project code, the description from the notes, the impact in days, the impact to the total dollar amount, and then it's left this blank for a signature for now. So, you can add as much as you want in here. You could actually have this come in and customize, what would the new spend total, new contract value be. You could have this populate with all of that contact information. But ultimately, once we've decided that this is good to go, we can pop this open and we could say, let's send for customer approval. Now what this is doing is it's going to go ahead and it's going to generate a signature document that we first need to review. Once we review that document, we can go ahead and decide, do we want to, readjust the size of these fields? Do we want to make them larger, smaller? Do we want to add any additional signature fields on the fly? But then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to hit send document. Now over in my inbox, we'll just give this a second, and that worked incredibly fast, you'll see that we actually just received an email to sign a new change order request. Go ahead and click review and sign, accept the consent, and then this is going to take us directly into that change order. This is where I can come in and fill out my information. I'm Ryan. I'm going to go ahead and sign off on this change order, and I'm going to hit save. Now, when I hit submit signature, this is going to fire off a handful of automations. Back on the Wrike side, you'll see here, after a few seconds, the first thing that's going to happen is that this is going to generate a copy of the signed document. It's also going to generate a copy of the audit trail. And then finally, what it's going to do is it's actually going to change the status that we have here to signed approved. Now, once that happens, this is where the AI agent kicks in. And what you'll see here is that this approved CO amount is automatically going to update from that AI agent. So let's give that a couple of seconds. If all goes as planned, boom. This just updated the approved dollar amount to $5,000, which can then trickle up or roll up to our total contract value across the board on the project. Opening that signature request, you'll see we now have a final executed document, and it's been signed by the customer. And then this could even have the AI agent update those fields and then move over to finance or notify somebody on the finance team so that they can actually place this under execution in the contract system or in the ERP system as well. But with that said, this is a full end-to-end solution to manage change order requests and get signatures on those documents prior to applying them to any project within Wrike.